Hey everybody, it's Al. Thank you for watching this video. Um, I just kind of want to chime in with everything that's going on in the world today. Um, I don't know if anybody was paying attention, but I checked out this week. Um, Things are a little overwhelming for me mentally, and a little on the emotional side as well. Um, Normally, I think people think that I'm always this happy-go-lucky person and everything's, bubbly and sunshiny. And normally that's true. That usually is who I am, on the inside and on the outside. Because, like some people, being a Gemini, sometimes I have this different inside than I have on my outside. And so, generally, both sides work together and they're both happy. Um, but you with everything that's going on in the world right here right now, um COVID-19 has completely changed a lot of things that we know. It changed a lot of behaviors, changed a lot of thought processes, changed a lot of interactions, and even even amped up some stuff that was already underlying, like hate and anger and prejudice and racism, and it's just so overwhelming as far as I'm concerned. And um for the most part, that's a big reason why I kind of like checked out this week. I haven't posted a video. I think the last time I did a video was either Monday or Tuesday. And mind you, it's only a few days ago, but it's overwhelming listening to everything that's happening in the world. And every time you turn on the news or every time you turn on TV, period, something's going on, something's being said, something is happening. And that is to the good, that is to the bad. Um, and it's just overwhelming to kind of like absorb all of it. um, this video is not about how to deal with it. This video is not about how you get through. um, and I applaud everybody who's putting information out there that is uplifting and heartfelt and joyful and loving. I appreciate those things. Generally, I would be doing the same thing, but for me, it really has become overwhelming, and um, just watching everything happening, and living in a state of such physical separation. I'm a people person generally, normally. I mean, so I like being around people. I like being, interactive and having fun and enjoying company and laughing and having a good time. My soul is wired that way, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. And so to watch a lot of the negativities that have popped up because of the world as it exists now is hard. It's hard to deal with. It's overwhelming. Um, and I keep saying that word overwhelming, and because that's truly what it is as far as I'm concerned, at least for me. Um, you're we're bombarded by so much information and so many opinions and so many thoughts and so many viewpoints that it's difficult to actually pinpoint where your thoughts and actions ought to be. Now, of course, we are all in this state of self isolations and self quarantines. Thankfully, uh, in my house, I have a lot of space to walk around. I have a big, beautiful yard to be a part of, and a very active dog who needs a lot of attention. And I don't think that he's had this much um, parental attention in the longest time. So he's actually sleeping completely a lot all over the place. Like anytime he can catch a break from his parents, he goes and lays down and instantly falls asleep. Um, I'm also grateful for the fact that I have a husband that I actually like. Now, I always find this concept a little bit funny because sometimes I go and I ask people, um, especially people who are longtime companions, longtime partners, longtime relationships. And when I say long time, I want to say maybe like 10, 15, 20 plus. Okay. Um, in our house, we're coming up on our 30th year together. And that's actually really amazing. And I'm so grateful and thankful and proud of that. A couple of years ago, so let me just get back to the idea of the liking, okay? Because a few years ago, I asked a friend of mine if she liked her husband, and she didn't understand my question. And then, so I kind of turned it around and I said, well, let me just switch it up. Do you think that your husband likes you? And immediately she said, he better love me. And I said, no, that's not the question. Liking each other is completely different than loving each other. And I think couples are together because they love each other, but especially in the world that we live in right here, right now, do you like each other? That's a big deal. That's a big difference. I mean, I'm thankful because we do like each other. We do get along. We do laugh. We are best friends. We do share a lot. We talk with each other. Um, and so, as far as I'm concerned, um, it's pretty easy to weather this storm that we're going through, especially considering that for the most part, me and my husband and our little baby Lou, we um, are doing the self quarantine. We did break quarantine yesterday because we had to uh, go to therapy and we had to go to the grocery store. And boy, was the grocery store super swamped and busy. Holy cow. I actually wore winter gloves while I was out and about yesterday. And then practically um, drowned myself in um, sanitizer. And as a matter of fact, I have a little bottle right here with me. So, I mean, that'll last me, I think. And then practically bathed in Lysol sanitizers. So, or disinfectant, I should say. And so, I mean, that's going really good. But I'm just so thankful that I get to share this quarantine with somebody that I actually like. And we make each other laugh and we have good conversation. And sometimes it's not always the easiest thing, but I think that just comes from being in such close proximity to each other all the time. Um, and so I'm thankful that we like each other. We love each other. We're in love with each other. But the liking part is, I think, in the state that the world is in now, is really super important. You have to like the person that you're surrounded by. And I'm grateful that we do. Um, maybe not always, but we do. So that's a good thing in our house. Um, and I really just want to drive home the point. This video is nothing more than just me um, talking and creating that social interaction with you guys. Um, and so, as far as I can tell, the biggest thing that stands out for me is I realize a lot of people in the world are out there helping and doing what they can. And I don't mean helping in a bad way. I mean helping in a good way. They really are out there making differences. And and I think for me, um, this isn't a you can make a difference video. What this is just, go outside, scream your head off. Um, you know, go outside and throw something. Don't create any havoc in your home, but if you have outside space that you can just, scream or throw things or just get frustrations out. Um, I feel like that's what you ought to do. That's something that you can do to um, break any weird vibe that you're carrying. If you're upset, let it out, but do it outside of the home. Um, do it in a place where you can just release it to the atmosphere and just let that be, because um, when we are so closely bound like we are right here right now in the world that we live in, it gets really easy for people to kind of just like get on each other's nerves, especially in such close quarters. Thankfully, in my home, and I really am aware of how thankful I am with that, that in my home there are three souls that live here, three bodies. Some people, and and like I said, we've got a lot of room to walk around in. So I mean, I don't have anything to complain about at all. Um, but some people are in, there's a lot of people in close quarters, and that can be a hard thing. That can be a thing that gets overwhelming. One bathroom for five people, that's hard. That's not an easy road. Um, and so, you know, sometimes there are frustrations, and I think that's what pretty much I wanted to talk about, because at the very beginning of this video, um, it is hard. It is overwhelming. There is a lot that you got to tackle in this day and age, especially with the world as it is now. And so I want to say, go out, go into your backyard, go into your alley, go into the middle of your street and release your frustrations, release your anger, scream, stomp, um, do whatever you want to do to kind of just like break yourself free of those moments where you feel like you just want to explode. And I purposefully would like you to do that outside of the home, so that you release those negativities in a place where they get absorbed by the world versus having them permeate and stew inside the house, because that's not the kind of energy you need in your home. Um, yeah, does that make sense? I don't know. Well, I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm doing fine. Everything's going along okay over here in my little corner of the world, and I just wanted to just talk with you guys and say hi and let you know what's happening in my world, and ask you how things are going in your world. Um, and if you want, send me a video, send me a chat, reply to this video, whatever it is you want to do. Talk to you guys later.